thank you for staying with us. In case you're just joining us, this is the News International Edition, and we are coming to you live from our Vision Group headquarters here in Kampala, Uganda. Now let's head over to the United States, where several events have been happening. President Joe Biden on Sunday vowed to hold those responsible for the failures of the Silicon Valley Bank and a second financial institution, Signature Bank, as he sought to reassure Americans that their deposits are safe. Biden said that he ordered the Treasury Department and his economic advisors to address the failures of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, adding that those responsible will be held accountable. U.S. stocks ended Friday's session decisively lower as banking shares wobbled on contagion fears after the failure of regional lender Silicon Valley Bank. The SFB dominated investors' focus all day, with the Nasdaq suspending trade on the stock before the market opened, overshadowing a solid U.S. jobs report. The president said that he will be delivering remarks to outline measures his administration is taking to bolster the banking system. Signature Bank was closed by New York State financial regulators on Sunday in a shocking third banking collapse in a week after the failure of fellow crypto-friendly bank Silvergate Capital and the seizure of SVW Financial Group's Silicon Valley Bank. Members of Congress were briefed on Sunday night on the administration's actions, according to a person familiar with the meeting.
Okay, great. Thanks, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the trip. If not, next week.
Thank you.
And this is why we have the FDIC and other safeguards in place in our banking system. And what I would say to them is that our Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary Yellen, the bank regulators, those who provide the guardrails and are safeguarding are closely watching and are prepared to use the tools that they need. But what I will say to is our banking system is far more resilient than it was in 2008. We learned a lot. We've got better tools specifically so that we can protect the important investments of America.
I'm going to take some.
Economy can, with the labor market is robust. We're expecting to see inflation ease over the year. There may be bumps along the way, however. We know that we can't focus on any one month, but that is what most forecasters are expecting.
Now, hundreds of migrants of different nationalities arrived at the dividing line between Mexico and the U.S., where a barbed wire and hundreds of border control police blocked their access. Chanting, "We want to be let in," the migrants demanded entrance to the U.S. after crossing half of the international bridge that connects Ciudad Juarez with El Paso. We have details.
The Trump administration severely curtailed the legal right to seek asylum at the U.S.-Mexico border. Despite promising to restore and strengthen U.S. asylum system, the Biden administration, at times following federal court mandates, has kept in place the most severe restriction, the March 2020 Title 42 Pandemic Expulsion Order. Title 42, however, may end in May along with the U.S. government's public health emergency. It's hopeless. It's men like them who want to harm, and us who have children who suffer. I have to beg in the street to be able to live, to be able to eat. They don't give us any chance. It is looking less likely, though, that Title 42's end might mean a restoration of the right to seek asylum at the border. The Biden administration is signaling what new post-Title 42 limits to asylum might look like. A transit ban may deny asylum to people who passed through a third country en route and did not first seek it there. Aggressive use of expedited removal could force asylum seekers to defend their cases within a few days from the ostrich custody of U.S. Customs and Border Protection without meaningful access to counsel. The only platform, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, is a mobile application that serves as a portal to a variety of CBP services that we can use to apply for asylum in the United States. Other Biden administration initiatives point towards expanded alternative legal pathways for some migrants. A humanitarian parole program allows a few countries' migrants to gain a temporary documented status in the United States, enabling them to apply online and travel by air. A Customs Border Protection smartphone app creates a process for a too limited number of most vulnerable migrants to apply for exemptions to Title 42 while they are in northern Mexico. These initiatives offer some important relief but suffer from serious design and operational flaws that the administration must address.
And finally, from the U.S., this year's or 2023's Oscars came with big moments. A real donkey, a fake bear, and a big wobbly hot dog figure. This year's Oscars was memorable, uncomfortable, and cringy moments from Hollywood's biggest night was hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, who pulled no punches when it came to addressing last year's controversial slap. Here's more.
Surreal sci-fi film Everything Everywhere All at Once dominated the Oscars on Sunday, winning 7 golden statuettes, including Best Picture, Hollywood's most coveted prize. The unorthodox but beloved movie, which features multiple universes, toys and hot dog fingers, also won Best Director, Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay, Best Editing, and both the Best Supporting Actor and Actress prizes. Michelle Yeoh, who is Malaysian, becomes the first ever Asian woman to win Best Actress for her portrayal of an exhausted Chinese laundromat owner embroiled in battle with an interdimensional supervillain who happens to be her daughter. "Thank you to the Academy. This is history in the making," she said. "Ladies, don't let anybody tell you you are ever past your prime," added the 60-year-old whose career began decades ago with martial arts films in Hong Kong. Brendan Fraser won Best Actor for playing a morbidly obese teacher in The Whale, capping a remarkable career comeback. Everything Everywhere, comfortably the night's biggest winner, is a word-of-mouth smash hit that has grossed $100 million at the global box office. Vietnam-born Ki Hai Kuan, 51, who was a major child star in the 1980s with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and The Goonies, completed a stunning comeback from decades in the Hollywood wilderness by winning Best Supporting Actor. Best Supporting Actress Jamie Lee Curtis paid tribute to her parents, Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh, both Oscar-nominated actors who never won. All Quiet on the Western Front, Netflix's German-language World War I, finished the night in second place with 4 awards. It won Best International Feature and Best Cinematography early in Sunday's ceremony. Sunday night's ceremony began with a thunderous flyover by 2 U.S. Navy jets soaring at 3-4. Sunday night's ceremony began with a thunderous flyover by 2 U.S. Navy jets soaring at 345 meters per hour over the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood. Host Jimmy Kimmel was then lowered onto stage and then quickly launched into a monologue which laid into Will Smith's infamous attack on Chris Rock at last year's Oscars. Academy bosses hope that Oscars television ratings will pick up from recent years, calling in heavy hitters from the world of music to perform the other nominated songs. A dressed-down Lady Gaga sang an emotional, heartfelt rendition of her song Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick. And Rihanna, draped in diamonds, including over her baby bump, sang Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which won for Best Costume Design.
And that's all the international news we had for you. From me and the team behind the scenes, thank you for watching and do have yourselves a fantastic evening.